Yo, guys, sorry about that. I had an error there. Make sure everything looks clear here. Yeah, everything looks decent, so I'll keep this up. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. All right, guys. So to me, it looks like we're probably going to go back to the high of day. I'm not 100% on it, obviously, but I've seen this situation happen before. We inverse everything, but we're not really delivering from anything that I like. That's why I'm not a huge fan of the trade. But I do think this is likely to trade back to buy side. So we are about to inverse a 1 minute fair value gap right here. So this is definitely higher risk if you guys are trying to take something. I wouldn't suggest this to be your first trade of the day, but we are in a macro time and we do have internal buy side above. We never traded up to the high of this 15 minute. I think the hourly is a little bit lower. Oh, we closed the hourly, so it's not nearly as good. But this really looks like it's ready to go for high of day again. If I was taking this, I would really want to wait for the 5 minute to close, but I doubt that it gives me that. Where did this box come from? Was it the 15? Yeah, it was a 15. Very interesting, guys. Technically, if this 5 minute closes above, guys, this is going to be an inverse long. I don't like that we didn't take out sell side liquidity first, but I still do think it's probably going to take us to buy side here, which is up here. Let me get rid of this black line if I can. But yeah, so this is definitely a high risk play, but especially if this 5 minute closes above, this should go next, and we'll probably target the new week opening gap if I had to guess. This was the high that was made on Monday the 9th. And today is what, the 10th? Wait, this is from yesterday? Oh, it was the low from yesterday. Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely possible, guys, that we come up to this new week opening gap. That's what I'm thinking might happen today. Again, we'd have to inverse this 15 that's holding down price. Okay, so be aware that we can reject from somewhere in this. We've already wicked to the 50% of the gap. Actually, we didn't. So we actually have a little bit of leeway here. If this 5 minute closes above, guys, this isn't a terrible trade. It's about a 1-to-1 risk, right? Risk would be a close back below the 5. And your take profit would be, I would take profit at the high / mean threshold. But that's up to you where you guys want to take it. We got a minute left until the close of the candle. Less than a minute. But I do think this is going to go back to the high here. If we get a retracement before the high gets hit, guys, I will try this. Hopefully we get a retracement back to the top of the IFVG. Let me see, if I took this long from here, stop loss down here, take profit at the high. I mean, you might just want to move your stop to break even there. It's a $100 L. Yeah, it's really not good risk reward, guys. Again, guys, this is a 50K funded that I'm trying to bring to 55,000, 52. Oh my God, 52,600, right, is what you need to get it to. So I am risking very small size on this. No more than $200 risk on the day for this account. So yeah, guys, I think I'll try this if we get it. I will put my entry at this sell side, and then my stop will be a hard 5-minute close back below. We just need to see a wick down below this candle's low. Looks like I'm gonna miss the entry, guys, unfortunately, but that would have been nice. In fact, maybe I try and get a little bit lower of an entry. So again, guys, the principles remain the same, even though this is a funded account and I'm trying to bring this up. The principles remain the same. The dollar values are obviously different to what I normally trade with, but that's okay. Again, when you try and bring an account up, guys, you're not going to make the same amount of money that you would make on a typical day. When you're trying to bring an account up, you have to manage your risk. Follow set parameters, right? Okay, so there was the high, so I have to remove this buy limit now, unfortunately. But that was a decent trade. I didn't get my fill where I wanted. I should have just hit it on the retracement, but I didn't. So it is what it is. But I think what will happen now, most likely, is that we trade to the top of the 15, maybe even get to the new week opening gap. Yo, okay, what's up? Good morning, bro. So this was actually a decent trade, guys. The reason I wasn't as confident on this 5-minute IFEG is because we did not really deliver from sell side. We did take this internal sell side here, but I wanted to see this liquidity get swept before this long happened. So I hope you guys understand why this was not A plus in my eyes. I mean, I really like this setup, don't get me wrong, but I wanted to see more liquidity get swept. So now you guys can see we're traveling to the 15, creating a 50-minute OB as well. So what will probably happen here, if this 50-minute inverses, guys, I will look for a setup up to the new week opening gap. That will be my next opportunity, but it will have to be some kind of a 1-minute that forms in this pocket, right? So we'd have to inverse the 15 with a body close above this. And then once we close above it, I would look for a 1-minute setup within here to get up to the new week opening gap. Because if you guys don't know, new week opening gaps act as liquidity, just like a candle's wick does, like this wick right here I'm looking at right now. Every single wick and new week opening gap are liquidity, they're the same. So just a little lesson for you guys. If you don't have the new week opening gap on your chart, guys, type this in on your trading view, new week opening gap, new day opening gap at Kryptonite. I personally keep the last 20 on my charts. I don't use the new day opening gap so much. Sometimes I do, but most of the time it's just the new week opening gap. These are my settings if you guys want to screenshot it. But yeah. Oh. Let's see how the rest of the market's doing while we wait for this 15-minute to close, guys. So I was looking at a few different ads from yesterday. Wow, my Boeing is going crazy, guys. So I doubled my position on Boeing, if you guys remember, at like 150. So this thing is going crazy. Bitcoin, not doing so much. Nike, this is one I'm looking to add more of. We had a false breakout on Nike, but I do like the idea of adding more of this for a long-term hold / swing trade. Well, I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to close the position yet if we start to reject. But I think what I'll probably do is wait for a weekly or a monthly close below this level. 71.37 will be my stop on this trade. But I do like Nike for the long term. And I think even if you're doing something for the long term, you should still have some kind of risk management in place. Let me see how my Celsius position's doing. Okay, it's not really doing much today after we took buy side. And what else am I looking at? Okay, guys, so one thing that I added yesterday, if you guys are wanting to know, I added more Occidental Petroleum. This is a gas company. Warren Buffett owns 25% of this company. So I personally am just adding, um, I'm adding to this position. This is a 3-month fair value gap, and ideally I'll add the heaviest at the mean threshold and below of this fair value gap. So I want to see it trade below 43.64, but this is where I'm expecting to get a potential bounce after that. And then end phase is another one that I started selling puts on yesterday. We have had a losing trade on end phase before. It's one of my first losing swing trades in a long time. But I really do like this one on the weekly. You can see here we swept sell side liquidity. And now it looks like we're about to inverse this weekly fair value gap. Now, personally, this is a front run for me. My stop on this trade is going to be another weekly close below the fair value gap, but I think that this is going to have a potential run all the way back up to 156. So that's another swing trade I'm looking at, guys. But let's go back to this is on NQ. I need to be on MNQ, but I still want to have NQ on my charts just to pay attention to it. But you can see here we're rejecting from the 15-minute FVG. Were there any equal highs that formed on NQ yesterday in the afternoon session? I don't think so, but let me double check. No, it doesn't look like it. There's a lot of low resistance liquidity that formed right here. You guys can see that. Yo, guys, did anyone take a trade this morning? Tell me if you guys took a trade. I'll try and analyze it, but let's see what we're dealing with now. And if you guys have any questions on that TGIF thing, ooh, this looks good for a short. Kind of like this. Guys, if this closes below on the let me check the 3-minute. I kind of prefer the 3. What I would rather have seen, guys, is this 15-minute come to the high and then reject. But if this 3-minute inverses, we should come back to this low at minimum. Right? Because now we're rejecting from a bearish PD array. We've swept an internal high, and now we're creating a potential IFVG. So this would be a good short, in my opinion. Take profit would be at this internal low. And then your stop loss would be above. So I'm going to wait for the 3 on this, guys. But I need to see a 3-minute rejection here. So one of two things is going to happen. We're going to use this 3-minute as a bullish PD array to bounce higher and potentially target the new week opening gap in the next macro. Or we're going to inverse it, in which case I will take a short down to this low. So one of those two things will happen. So far, it looks like we're using it as a bullish PD array. So you guys see how I don't have to predict. I just react to what happens. If we're rejecting from a bearish higher time frame PD array, this gray box is a 15-minute fair value gap. You guys can see it right here. If we reject from it after sweeping an internal high and inversing a bullish PD array, that tells me that we're very likely to go to the next level of liquidity, which is this 3-minute low, right? But because we're bouncing out of it, it tells me that price action is still bullish, and I can look for some kind of a target to this new week opening gap once the 15-minute inverses. So let me know if that makes sense for you guys. If you guys ever have questions, just ask me in the chat, because I know sometimes it can be quick, and I know that a lot of people are not, professionals or whatever, highly experienced with IFEGs yet, so. And again, guys, I am trading on a funded account today. The reason that I need to trade with smaller size on this is because I need to get the account to 52,600, and wow, my Boeing is pushing. So in order to do that, I'm not going to be risking more than $200 a day on this account, especially because of the fact that this is a no news day, or I think there's orange folder news. Let me check the economic calendar quick, guys, 1 second. I don't remember what specifically the news was, but I know that it's orange folder. Today's the 10th. It's just OPEC meetings. Um, I believe there's a lot of FOMC members. Also, guys, there's CPI tomorrow, so keep that in mind. So a lot of the times, what'll happen is they'll try and generate liquidity to both sides of the market using CPI, and then they will target that liquidity the next day. So just be aware of that. So what I'm thinking potentially happens today. So we have this internal high right here. I don't know if they're gonna hit this today or if they're gonna leave it for tomorrow. Uh, but what will potentially happen here is that we come up to this new week opening gap and we reject from it. So what I want to see here for the bias on the day is I want to see this 15-minute inverse closed above. The hourly looks like it's about to close above. Well, not about. It's gonna take another like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. But that one looks strong. Once the 15-minute closes above here, we can look for a potential bias up to new week opening gap and maybe a rejection from there. You have to be super careful about continuations on FOMC days. So on the 1 minute, guys, now we've swept a high with this high, and now we swept it again, and we're rejecting a 15. So if this closes below, this would be not a half bad scalp down to this low. Right, so if we get like one bearish candle here that closes below, that could be a good one-to-one scalp down to this low. So that's something I'd be willing to try. Not the best RR, but in this case, you would have to leave your trade running. So let's see what we get here on the 1 minute. Just constantly looking at other time frames to see. So now we've formed a 2 minute IFVG as well. Now I would prefer to wait for the 1 minute because if the 2 minute closes and the 1 minute doesn't, then we could still bounce out of the 1 minute time frame. So I would prefer to see the 2 minute close below here to take this short. And again, we're still bouncing out of bullish PD arrays, but the trade would look something like this. And then your partial would be, I would take it to this low personally. Now your stop to break even would be at this low, right? But the points that you're getting for this trade would be really small, so I don't think it's really optimal. But if you're trying to scalp, then it's not half bad. Okay, so my Boeing just hit its first target, guys, which was 163.44. Just pushing above it now. But I don't want to, I'm going to hold it past this point. So we are up now. What are we up on Boeing? Only 6.7%. I want to see 168 get hit on Boeing. It's a 4-hour candle high, but I'd like to see even higher, honestly. I'd want to see 180 get hit on Boeing. That's where I'd potentially look to partial. But for now, I'm going to hold the position. Maybe a partial at 168. I'll decide when it gets there. But for now, we're still good. Okay, guys, so NQ, again, we're just kind of consolidating here. If the 2 minute closes below here, again, I want to wait for the 1 because it's the lowest bearish PD array here. But if we get like a big down close candle here, you could try it. I just want to make sure that NQ didn't form equal highs, because if it did, then I'm not going to be taking this. I mean, it did form equal highs, but they're right next to each other. They're these two candles. You guys can see, I'll show you. It formed equal highs, but they're right here. So I don't really care about them as much. But if the 1 minute closes here, I don't know if it's going to give me the entry. So we have to wait for the candle to close, guys, right? And then we can take the sell. So we got 20 seconds until the candle closes. Only if the body of the candle closes below the fair value gaps will I take the short. So right now we're right at it. So there is no candle close, guys, unfortunately. So if this just starts to run without me, unfortunately, I won't be able to get an entry on the trade. But if I see a body close here before this low gets swept, then I will take a short. But for now, I'm not getting it. And notice how I'm not chasing this. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like an A plus trade, but it is good. So I'm willing to try it, but I'm not going to chase it because I'm not 100% confident with the play. If you noticed a few days ago when I streamed, we had a big V-shaped move and I front run the short because I was so confident on the low hitting. This is not the same situation. But we may potentially still get the short here. We got 20 seconds until the candle close. So let's see if we get it. Woohoo. Okay, and we got the entry. So I will take this. Stop to break even when this low hits. Did we sweep? Okay, did we sweep the low, guys? Let me just check something here. Did we form equal lows here? Okay, so I am going to move my stop to break even just in case this equal low is being kept for later. Okay, so I got stopped out on the trade. So one thing to note, guys, so on NQ, okay, so that was a break even trade. On NQ, we did just form equal lows here. So just in case this is, okay, so it didn't happen that way. But what sometimes happens is they'll leave these equal lows for later, and then they'll sweep them after getting another run higher. So I like to sometimes close the trade, especially if I'm not as confident on it. I'll close it when the equal lows form. So technically this still worked, right? Stop should be to break even now. Your entry was here. But personally, I have rules to my trading. And this type of day where there's no news and we have CPI, I'm a lot more cautious about holding trades. So that's why I moved that to a break even stop. Okay, guys, so that was one trade on the day. I don't allow myself really more than 3 trades. Give me 1 second while I get my notepad. So I typically don't take more than 2 trades in a day. I never allow myself more than 3. And if I have 2 losing trades in a day, I stop trading, right? And this is on my funded and cash accounts. Eval is a little bit different. I allow myself more lenient rules, but because this is a funded or a cash, again, I never take more than 3 trades. I rarely take more than 2. And if there is 2 losing trades in a row, I stop trading completely. I'm locked out of the accounts. So yeah, but you guys can see here that so far this 2 minute and 1 minute inverse is working. Your stop should be to break even, and you technically would have been stopped on this candle. I can see here this wicked right to your entry. And yeah, so unfortunately in this case, you would basically just have to watch the trade go without you. It's definitely possible that we go down to this 1 minute fair value gap here. But yeah, so. So we have officially taken 1 trade on the day, guys, and it was a break-even trade. And now we wait. Wow, Boeing is pushing even more, guys. Look at this. Up almost 5% on the day. So what I'll probably do is take a partial, again, at 168.39. If we just hit it today and we close strongly, then I probably won't. But we will have to see how we react here. We don't really have anything to the right of the chart. We do have this internal high that just swept. We'll have to see how we react to the 50% level of this wick, which is around 166. But yeah, Boeing is definitely having a strong day. I think I may have caught the low on Boeing. So I don't know. We'll see what I'm going to do with it. But that should be a really nice swing trade. But yeah, guys, my thinking on this... Sorry, let me go back to MNQ. My thinking on this is that we just continue lower. If we look at the 5 minute, we have this internal low here that I really think is going to be a good target. Again, if you're in this short, you probably would have been stopped at break even here, but I still think this low is going to hit. And then potentially this low as well. Okay, did you take a trade today, bro? Or anybody else that's in the chat, did you take a trade? Don't be scared to tell me what you guys took, right? If you lost, part of the game is losing and learning from your mistakes. So I'd rather you guys tell me if you took a losing trade so we can go over it, rather than you guys just hiding from it to protect your egos. You know what I mean? Okay, so this low should hit now, guys. Okay, good, bro. Yeah, I mean, this 5 minute was pretty good. I don't know who was on stream to see this. Okay, so there's the 5 minute low, guys. Now, what should happen here? Okay, so I'm someone who's in the comments, someone who's in the chat. Let's see if you guys can try and guess. Based on this market structure that we're seeing here, what do you guys think should happen next? Give me a scenario, or give me 2 scenarios, whatever you guys think. See if we can learn from what we're seeing on the charts right now. So if you guys are willing to participate, just tell me, based on what you're seeing on the 5 minute chart here, what do you think is going to happen next? Or what should happen in theory? I'm going to be silent until someone gives puts their neck on the line and tells me what they think is going to happen. Whoa, Tesla's at 403, damn. Come on, guys, somebody give me an answer. There's 4 of you in here. By the way, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, I would appreciate it if you do. It helps other people see it. If not, you are dead to me. That's a joke, obviously. Can never be too careful, though. A lot of sensitive people out here, right? Come on, Kay, somebody. Tell me what you think is going to happen based on the 5 minute chart. Before it happens, guys. It might even go higher, Kay thinks. Kay, why do you think it will go higher? What do you see on the chart that tells you that it would potentially go higher? Come on, guys, somebody give me an answer. Why do you think it's going to go higher? Guys, there's only 1 like on the stream. There's 4 of you in here. Come on. All right, so nobody is willing to participate. That is unfortunate. Y'all are a bunch of wussies. So in theory, again, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. In theory, this 5 minute should be used to bring us higher. However, we rejected from this 15, which tells me what's going to happen here. Very likely, now that this candle is forming is that we're going to come back to this and this low. Okay, so if this 5-minute closes below, let me just check the 15 to see what we have. Yeah. So if this 5-minute closes below, guys, this should be a great short down to this low and this low. Now, what could easily happen here is we come back and retest this 5-minute first. But if this candle's body closes below here, we should come back down to this low that was left earlier today. Because again, like I'm saying, CPI, they try and generate liquidity, right? Thank you guys. All right, there we go. We're getting some likes. So we're trying to generate liquidity on CPI day. Why? Because CPI typically has a huge move to the upside or the downside, right? So what they're trying to do is induce traders to go long, and then they'll dump the market, induce traders to go short, they'll bring the market higher. Also, one thing to note here, guys. So I'm going to take this Fibonacci tool. I'm going to draw it from the low that formed yesterday to the high. This is the 50% level of this leg right here. So another thing to note is that typically before CPI, right, the market doesn't like to be in premium or discount for too long. But when we get into premium the day before CPI, typically we reject. When we're in discount the day before CPI, typically we go up. I don't know why my vocabulary just went haywire there. But yeah, just be very careful about longing in premium and shorting in discount in general, but especially on a CPI day, and especially when we have this huge rejection here on the hourly. This is a higher time frame. This is high all-time highs. You have to be super careful about longing in premium the day before CPI. And because we're now potentially having a bearish market structure shift, and we have all-time high, previous all-time highs here in blue. Okay, guys, if you look at the daily, this is a little cheat code for you guys too. When we hit all-time highs, mark out the previous all-time high and draw it out in time. This is a magnet for price. The market loves to come back and retest the all-time high before going higher. So just know that. Okay, guys, so on the 5-minute, we did not close below yet. So far there is no valid short. But if we do get the close below, then we can look for a short down to sell side. Biddy bump, biddy bump, biddy 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 bump, biddy bump, biddy bump, bump, oh. Holy crap, guys. Tesla's about to hit all-time highs. We've got just a few dollars left until all-time highs are hit. And I'm debating if I want to sell calls against my position on this. So obviously, guys, like if you would have listened to me when I was adding so heavy at this internal sell side, oh my goodness, in this bullish PD array. If only I had a few more subscribers back here in April. Oh my god, you guys would have been rich. But yeah. So once this all-time high hits, guys, I think we're going to push much higher. I think we're going to 600, 700 on Tesla, longer term. But I'm debating on when I'm going to sell calls on this position. It's going to be very tough to do. But I want to collect some premium to the upside. Wow, Boeing is pushing even more now. Dude. All right. Sorry, guys. Did anyone join me on the Boeing swing trade in the Discord? I don't think anybody did, but okay, guys, so we are forming a potential 5-minute OB here. The candle just closed, but Tony just popped in to hit the like button. Thank you, bro. Have a great day. We'll be listening at work. Tony, you have a great day too, bro. I hope you kill it today. Um, guys, Tony is a G. Such a nice guy. But guys, look at this 5 minute right now. Okay, we're forming an OB and we're about to close below. If this OB forms and we close below on the 5 minute, this is going to be an A plus short, and I will try it. We're rejecting from a 50-minute PD array. We created a market structure shift. We're creating a 5 minute OB. We're closing below a 5 minute fair value gap. I think that's a great short down to this sell side. But we have to see a body close below the 5 minute, right? The only reason it's not A plus, guys, is we do have this 3 minute fair value gap here that we could potentially bounce out of. And a 2 minute. A tough call. So what you can try here, guys, if this 5 minute closes below with an OB, like a body closes below the 5 minute, you can try that. I'm not going to, but yeah, we'll see what we get here. I want to see how these candles close. You guys see why I'm a little bit indifferent. I mean, a little bit hesitant about this short, because we do have a tiny little 3 minute that formed here. So what I'd really like to see is the 3 minute close below as well. Let me look at the 2. And the 2 minutes even bigger. Okay, give me a second, guys. I have a group chat with some of my friends who don't really trade, and I give them call outs, and all of them are printing on Boeing right now, and they're tweaking. So funny. Where's my text message thread? All right, so okay, we are getting a rejection here on the 5, and we are potentially forming a bearish OB. So I still do like this short. I would really prefer to see a big down close candle here to get the short, but we'll have to see what happens. Let me just look at NQ to make sure no equal highs formed anywhere. Nope. We still have 4 minutes till the candle close, guys, by the way. Let me look at ES. Did we form an SMT? No, they both made higher highs. 947. Yeah, this looks pretty good for a short, not gonna lie. But I want to see the candle close. I want to see a 5-minute close below the fair value gap to take the short. It's gonna move nicely with the macro time, guys. So we have a macro time here at 10:50. If we get the 5-minute close, guys, I will try the short. I do like it enough. But hopefully we get an entry, right? We still have 3 minutes till the candle close. And there is a long time until that happens. So if we get like a huge close down here, guys, I mean, you can still chase this in my opinion. If we get a 5-minute candle close down here, your stop would be larger, right? You have to have a stop above this fair value gap, but I still think this will drive us down to these lows if we get it. Yeah, guys, this still looks good for shorts. I ain't gonna lie. But I really want to see a 5-minute close. Again, guys, a 5-minute close below here. Okay, so very bullish reaction from the 5. Let me get rid of this. Let me look at the 2. Yeah, there's really nothing, guys. I mean, technically right now, this should go back to this internal buy side, right? Because we closed above all these bearish PD arrays. So a lot of people have their stops above this high. But yeah. So note this high right here. If we were to buy right here and you take your profit at the internal high. Wow, $16. It's crazy how small these these take profits and stop limits are on these trades. But again, guys, I'm not saying to take this. This is not A+, okay? But I was saying to note this high, it was likely to get taken out. So we'll see what happens here. But what I'm really looking for, guys, is that 5-minute close below the IFEG for a short. That would be the A+ setup. I kind of have a headache. What do you guys think? Is Tesla going to hit all-time highs today? We've got, let me see here, 2.5% until the all-time high. I think it's possible. Not going to bet on that, but my position will thank me. All right, so you guys can see here we're forming an OB, and there we should hit this internal high now. Okay, so not quite yet. Okay, so we have 4 minutes till this candle close, guys. So if it's gonna happen here, it's probably just gonna dump without giving us an entry, unfortunately. But yeah, if we look at the 1 minute, we have this huge 1 minute fair value gap here. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I don't even know about a short, to be honest. So still no close below the IFEG. I mean, really, the A plus entry was this 1 minute that I took earlier that I got stopped out on for break even. But you guys can see that it's delivering price down. And we are about to enter a macro time. Also, guys, if you don't have these on your charts, you need to have these on your charts. They are literally it's an amazing indicator. The macro times are times during the day that the algorithm is coded to spool price to one direction or the other. So take a screenshot of this. ICT macros by Cognito. These will be a lifesaver for you. If you have these on your charts, if you take trades within these macro times, your odds of success are going to increase like tenfold. So, okay, so we did come down and we haven't inversed the 5 minute yet, guys, but if it does inverse, I think this is a great short. Unfortunately, there is a big 1 minute fair value gap that I'm a little bit nervous about. So I don't know if I want to take it, but it looks really good. I just know from previous setups that, so like this 1 minute here, if we're bullish, we're going to react very strongly out of this low. So if the 5 minute closes, guys, like let's say it closes down here, I'm not going to take it. But if we end up closing like right here before the 1 minute fair value gap gets swept, I will enter short and move my stop immediately to break even. And I hope you guys understand that. So if this 1 minute inverse is 2, this looks good to the upside because we're taking out 2 sets of liquidity and we're actually delivering from a 1 minute. So I will change my bias here, guys. If this 1 minute inverses, I will go long. See how quickly I can change my bias? It's pretty crazy. So I have 2 parameters here. If this 1 minute inverses, I'll take a long. But if this closes before the actually, did this 1 minute get swept, guys? Hold on. Did it get swept? This is such a tough call. So you guys can see here that the liquidity already swept the 1 minute. So technically we're bullishly reacting out of a 1 minute here. Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Just because of what just happened here, I don't think I'm gonna take this short. It's probably still gonna work, but you have to be so careful. Wow, huge dump. So if this just happened and I was in short, I'd have my stop at break even for sure. Because I would want to see this deliver all the way down for the macro. K took the short. All right, K. So for sure here, guys, for anyone that's still in here, why or why not should K move his stop to break even here? So what we really want to see here for K is a 3 minute close below this fair value gap on the 3. And then we should just completely deliver to sell side here. I think if the 3 minute closes, I'd be more inclined to take this short, but we still haven't closed below. But yeah, definitely K. I would have your stop to break even here. First target would be this low, or you could leave to this low if you want, but I would definitely take a partial at this low and then hold the runners down to this low. But I don't like that this 3 minute is immediately getting a bullish reaction. So hopefully you don't get stopped out, but what could easily happen here is that we deliver from this 1 minute fair value gap. We have a big push, and then we're going to stop out all the people that are long from this or short from this high right here. So I don't like this immediate bullish reaction, guys. Definitely have your stop to break even K if you're in this trade or anyone else that's in the trade. Because you do not want to see this react. If we get a huge close above here and we close above this, I'm going to take this long up to this high. So just be super careful, guys. Okay, so I like this reaction. I think I'm going to chase this, guys. I don't know if I can. So if we get a 1 minute close below this fair value gap, this should definitely dump to sell side. We've got 25 seconds till the candle close. I'm not going to chase it, guys, but congrats to anyone that took the short. Definitely have your stop at break even and take a partial at this low if you get it. If you want to be risk averse, you can take it at this low too, but up to you, whichever one you want. But yeah, we're getting a immediate reaction from this 1 minute, so just keep that in mind. Always be managing your trade, guys. If you're in this short, you want to see what happens with bearish PD race. So far, this 3 minute, did it inverse? No. So technically, we did not close below on the 3. You guys can see from right here. Right, we never closed below. The body closed in the fair value gap and we're wicking here. So you always want to see what happens here. So this candle closes in 1 minute, less than a minute, like 20 seconds. So you want to see it close below. And then you could potentially, it's just basically giving you confirmation that your short is still in play. But then you're obviously going to want to see the 1 minute close below as well. So you're constantly looking at the chart and the candlesticks to see what it's giving you. Ooh. Okay, so we did just close below on the 3, guys. So it still gives me faith that this trade is going to work. But we did get a very bullish reaction out of the 1. So we need to see that close below as well. So guys, if we get a 1 minute OB close here, I'm going to try and chase this with my stop above the candle's high. And my take profit, or my stop to break even will be here. And then I'm going to chase this right now. And then my stop to break even will be at this low. Okay, so as soon as the internal low hits, I'll move my stop to break even. I'll just let it run. And if not, my stop is above the body of the order block. So, all right, guys, my stop is to break even officially because we did sweep the low by a tick, I think. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. If not, I'll let it run down to this low. Okay, so you guys see how now it's a free trade, so I could care less what happens here. If you guys want to take a partial at this low, you can. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take one partial there and one partial here if I get it, or I get stopped at break even. It's one or the other. Okay, so as soon as the low hits, guys, I will close out one contract, and I'll let the other one run. Again, I might not get it here, guys. I might get stopped at break even, but it is what it is. Okay, so there was a break even stop. So that's 2 break even trades on the day. But notice I didn't lose anything, right? Because if I'm wrong here, this will reverse. So I have to be super careful. Now we did get the 1 minute close below. So this should still, in theory, come down to, at minimum, this sell side right here. So it looks like this was a stop out wick, and now it's going to drop us. Biddy bum, biddy bum. Okay, are you still in, bro? Okay, so there's the first low. Should hit right now. See how it happened in the macro time too, guys? So there's the first low. And okay, did you get stopped out? Boom, there's the first low, and then we should hit the second low now. And where was your stop out, Kay? What was the reasoning for the stop out? Okay, so here's another thing I'll do, guys. Because of CPI, I know that they like to sweep the market up and down and up and down. If we get a very bullish reaction from this candle and we close above this 1 minute fair value gap, I'll take it up to this high. Or I'll move my stop to break even at this high and I'll hold it till maybe up to this internal high right here. We'll see. Okay, why did you get stopped out of the trade, bro? I was out break even. You were out break even. So you took the 5 minute short. So there should have been no way that you got stopped out for break even. You entered here, right? So where was the break even stop? You entered here. Where did the market come back to stop you out? You entered here. So you shouldn't have gotten wicked out unless you entered late. Oh, you took the 3 minute? So you entered here at 21,534. Hmm. Because your entry would have been here. Your stop loss should have been a close back above, so you shouldn't have gotten stopped out on this anyways. once this candle came down and swept this low, you could move your stop to break even. But yeah, that shouldn't have been a stop out. Not sure why that stopped you out. Okay, so we just swept sell side liquidity. We have a very nice looking 3 minute inverse here. I wouldn't mind taking a long. And then I would take my partial here maybe. Ooh, this woman looks pretty good. I mean, this woman, it looks okay, but it's too small. I'll wait for the 3 personally. If you guys want to wait for the 1, you can as well. I kind of like this for a long setup. Okay, very nice reaction here so far on the 1. This candle, the 3 minute candle closes at 11:06. But I really do like this for a potential long here. This internal high catches my attention. Because I'm thinking everybody that's long, or that's short right now, has their stop above this high. So that's why I think that we'll probably go back to that high. So we got 2 minutes till the 3 closes. I'll probably take this on the 1, guys, to be honest. It looks too good not to. Let me just make sure there's nothing I'm missing on NQ. Yeah, this looks really good, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Just need to see a 1 minute candle close above. Okay, guys, so who's going to take this long if we get it? Again, we need a body close above the 1. You can take your profits at this high, or you can just move your stop to break even and target higher levels, but I think it looks really good. If we get it, of course. Anybody going to take this long if we get it? I mean, ultimately, I'd love to target this internal high. So what I'll do, guys, is I'll move my stop to break even when this high hits, and I'll hold it all the way up. You guys want to see that? I don't know if it's going to work, but okay, so we're forming a 1 minute OB here. Okay. Okay, so what do you not like about this long? If I had to, if you had to say gun to your head, why do you think that it would, what would you be waiting for? Is it because you already had your trades on the day? What is the reason? Also, guys, we are bouncing out of an hourly fair value gap, so just know that as well. So this makes me even more confident on this. But if we just completely dump below the hourly fair value gap, then obviously that's not going to be a good sign for longs. Okay, so completely rejecting the fair value gap, so there is no entry, guys. This actually doesn't look half bad for a short, but I'd never take it because we're in an hourly PD array. It's just not worth it. Yeah, of course, Kay. We're not taking the trade until we close above. I didn't say to front run. I said if this closes above, who's taking it long? You guys understand? Aziz, good morning, bro. Good morning. Okay, guys, so we are now trading into the hourly fair value gap. We took even more liquidity. We do have London lows down here, which we could be aiming for potentially. Man, this 5-minute short was good. I should have taken it. But it's all good. Did you guys see that I called the short from up here? How wild is that? But yeah, unfortunately, I got stopped at break even. I took a short entry. Which short did you take, Aziz? The 3, the 5, the 2, the 1? You guys see how weak the market is and how strong my swing trade on Boeing is? Look at this. We're making high after high after high after the market's dumping. This tells me that when the market starts pushing, Boeing should have a really nice day, even better than it is right now. That swing is printing for me. from 5-minute MFG. What is an MFG? MFVG. Oh, 5-minute FEG. Got you, got you. Oh, 5 MFEG. Sorry, I didn't even see the 5. Didn't read. Oh, okay, so we're about to tap midnight price too. So maybe once we sweep midnight, we'll get a nice long back up to this internal high. So guys, if this inverse is here, I'm going to go long. Okay, because we swept a bunch of liquidity. We're delivering from an hourly fair value gap. I really like it for a long up to this high. I would move my stop to break even here, and I would run it all the way up to this high if we get it. The first after 9:30 yesterday, which is left unmitigated. Got you. Okay, guys, this looks really good for a long. Oh, it looks so good. I'll probably front run this, but I actually will wait for the close, guys. If you guys really are risk averse, I would wait for the 2 even, to be honest. This candle closes in 2 minutes. Oh, this looks so good. I have to wait for the candle, guys, unfortunately, but oh, it looks so good. So stop to break even would be at this high, and then I would run it all the way to this buy side right here. But of course, we have to wait for the candle close. So that's a 150 trade. That's pretty good. So guys, I have 2 trades today so far, but both are break even, which allows me 1 more trade. So if this 2-minute inverses, guys, I will take this long. Stop to break even at this high. Full TP at this high. This is going to be on a funded account and a cash account. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum. So hopefully we form an OB here. That'll make it even better. An OB plus a close above here on the 1 minute, which would also equate to a 2-minute close. It should at least. Guys, if you're in the stream, make sure to like the stream. It helps other people see it. Damn, Boeing is going crazy. 166 now. Guys, I will take a partial on Boeing at 168, I think. Let me look at Boeing on the weekly. Huge push. Okay, I like this OB too, guys, on NQ. So let's see. Let's get hopefully we'll get a 2-minute close here. Okay, so nothing yet. So the 1 minute did just close above, guys. But the 2-minute has not. So unfortunately, because of the nature of the PA today, I'm going to have to wait for the 2-minute to close above. Just because look at where we're at on the hourly, right? This could easily deliver us down further, right? We're rejecting from 50%. This could just dump us all the way to here today. So I have to be super careful about longing. So if we get a close above at 816, and hopefully a 3-minute too, but this just looks too good not to try, guys. Again, we need to see a 2-minute close above. Okay, nothing yet. Okay, so we'll have to wait for the 818 candle. Unfortunately. Guys, who's taking this 2-minute if we get it? Liquidity sweep, after sweeping a bunch of liquidity, a secondary liquidity sweep, IFEG, internal buy side. It's too good not to take. But we need to see the 2-minute close, right? This could just be a bearish PD ray that brings price further down. Guys, I want to know who's taking this long if we get it. 2-minute IFEG, a low that has swept another low, bounce out of an hourly fair value gap, easy stop to break even. It's too good for me not to take. We have 30 seconds until the candle close. I want to see a 2-minute close above here. Oh, K's taking this one. All right, K. But again, we're going to wait until the candle close. Otherwise, we don't get a trade. Okay, we have to wait another 2 minutes now, guys, unfortunately. If this just pumps here, guys, I might have to just front run it. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, guys, let me see what the 1 minute looks like. This looks so good, guys. I might have to just front run it. Let me wait until the 819 candle to see how we look. Yeah, see how we're wicking here? I need to see a full body candle close above. Yeah, I don't like it yet, guys. Hopefully we get the close. Oh. Okay, nothing yet. Why am I getting all these alerts? Yeah, guys, I'm going to be patient on this one and wait for the close. Unless we just start ripping, then I'm going to have to enter. But you guys can see here so far, 2-minute OB. Okay, guys, I think... So this is where I get FOMO. Because this looks so good to me, but I have to be patient and wait for the close. Okay, 10 seconds left, guys. 5 seconds. All right, I'm in this. So my stop, guys, is going to be a close back below, a hard stop below the OB. Actually, no, it's not, because we just entered. I mean, it worked, so I'm going to let it close back below the 2-minute. Stop to break even at this high, and then my profit's going to be here at this internal buy side. What do you guys think? Should I move my stop to the OB, or should I have a 2-minute close? I think I'm going to move it below the OB. Because we really shouldn't go lower than this. I'm going to try and manage risk on the day. It's a huge stop. So you guys do what you want. I'm going to move my stop below the OB. Just in case I'm wrong and we're going to reverse on the day here. So again, stop to break even will be at this high, and I'll hold my take profits all the way to this high right here. Damn. Hopefully it holds, guys. Okay, I like this wick. Okay, very nice. Okay. So guys, my stop is actually going to be moved to break even at this high because this could be a potential rejection spot. Okay, so watch where I moved my stop to break even here. At the first internal high, not the second. Because if we're truly bearish, we're just going to reject from that first wick. Okay, guys? Oof. So we're immediately rejecting from the body of this, which is very interesting. But I still would like to see this go higher here. Again, once this high hits, I'll move my stop to break even. Just in case we're actually bearish on the day. But you guys see how, I mean, the size I'm trading with is so much smaller, but it's not about the money. It's about the process, the technicals behind the trade. So it doesn't really matter to me what happens here. Again, my stop is below this 1 minute PD array. And again, my stop to break even will be at this high. If you guys want, you can move it at this high, but I prefer this one because of the potential continuation of bearishness on the day. And then my take profit will be at this high. So again, guys, you know, on my regular accounts, I'm trading with, you know, $600 risk sometimes to make 1,000, 1,200, 1,800, whatever. But the principles apply exactly the same when I'm risking $80 to make 150 or something like that. So there's a lesson there for you guys. I don't care what the money is. I care about the actual technicals and the process of the trade, not the money. So everything remains the same. Aziz, normally only New York. When I move to Texas, which I'm going to be doing relatively soon, most likely, then I will probably trade a little bit of London as well. But yeah, normally it's just the New York session. Okay, so what might happen here is we might sweep my low and then go higher, but it doesn't matter to me. That's the end of the trade. So interesting that we took the body and we're rejecting. That's really unfortunate, but this might be a losing trade, guys. Did we get a 3-minute close above? And we got a 3. Yeah, this really should not go lower than this fair value gap. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to move it 2 ticks below just in case we wick. Because I do still think this has potential to go to this high and then the sell side that I'm telling you guys about. Okay. Hopefully this bullish reaction continues. Now, guys, if this high gets swept, I will move my stop to break even. Because this will be the new internal high that's created in the leg. So we should not go back down to my entry once that high hits. What about you, Aziz? You're damn, I forget, Aziz, where you're from again. Yeah, I know you told me last time, but I forgot. Is it India? Was Aziz from India? I can't remember. Denmark. Who was from India? I think it was. There's also a Razi. Okay, guys, I do not like this PA, unfortunately, but we're still going to have to follow our plan. We really should not see this trade below the 3-minute if this is bullish, but this might be an L. Okay, guys, there's a stop loss. So I will be done for the day. That's 3 trades, 2 break even, and 1 L on this funded, and that's all right. Let me take my sweater off. So guys, I would have taken that trade 10 out of 10 times. It was great enough for me. Technically, it is still valid, but I'm reducing my risk on this position. Because of the spot that we're at on the hourly, you guys can see that we rejected the 50% of this leg, and this could easily bring us lower here. So I was reducing my risk. Let's see if it helps me or if it hurts me. So the real trade here is the real stop loss on the trade is a 2-minute close back below the fair value gap. But because of my knowledge in the markets, I know that if we're bullish, this order block should not be closed below. So this tells me that we're probably going to go much lower here on the day. But let's see if I'm wrong or if I'm right. So I got stopped out for like $60 on that trade. The full stop was like 100 something. Let's see if I get fully stopped out or if I don't. But I would take this trade 10 out of 10 times. I would say 90% of the time it works. So far, still no close below. But now we have to wait for another 2-minute candle here. So if this is really going to dump, guys, you're going to get way smoked, right? Because the 2-minute close might be all the way down here. Where your intended risk for the trade was here, now it's going to be probably all the way down here. Sweet. Wow, this is a very rare fail, guys. I very, very rarely see this setup fail. So because of that, it tells me we're probably going to go quite a bit lower. Unless we somehow get saved here and this doesn't close below on the 2-minute. But we have 45 seconds pretty much until the close. So let's see what we get. So let's see if it helps me or hurts me based on my market knowledge that I close a position out below this 2-minute fair value gap. This 2-minute order block, I mean. Touching you, doodle 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 sweet Caroline. So look at that, guys. I saved myself a lot of money on this trade, right? Instead of getting a $60 loss, I would have gotten a $120 loss. So you guys see how I use market knowledge to change to manage my risk. So, Kay, how does it feel to take a losing trade there? And guys, like, I know you expect traders to win everything, but that's not how life works. Right? We all lose trades, even me. Hi, Lulu. Sorry, guys, my dog just came in. Come on. Come on, little thing. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So, yeah, guys, we all lose trades. It's part of the game. And Kay is done for the day. Very good. So, guys, For me, I've taken 3 trades, 2 break even, and 1 L. My break even was super unfortunate here. If I didn't get stopped for break even, I would have had a huge day. And then we had a secondary break even, which I still, if I didn't get stopped out on this one candle here, I would have had a nice move to the downside. I think I got stopped out right here on this candle. And yeah, so that's fine with me. Like, a lot of the days, these will not get stopped out and I'll have a massive day. But unfortunately, in this case, it did. And that's just the name of the game, guys. You're not going to win everything. You're going to have losing days, but the best traders are the ones that are able to take a loss and actually exit the computer. Okay? I'm going to show you guys this. Right here, I have on my piece of paper. This is what I do every single day. Where can you see this? Where's the tally mark? Sorry, I can't see on my screen where it is. I think it's right here. Sorry, I'm having a challenge. There's 3 lines here. That's the trades I've taken today. Once those 3 lines are on my piece of paper, that's it. I exit the account. So it's a lesson for you guys to learn there. You have to be disciplined enough to be able to exit the screen. 99% of traders cannot leave their computer after taking a loss. Like literally, most people, I wouldn't say 99, maybe 95. 95% of traders cannot leave their computer or log out of their accounts after they take a loss. They have this emotional need to get back the money that they lost on a trade. Okay? If you do that, you will never be profitable because you have no discipline, you have no self-control. If you can have 30 great losing days and then go on tilt one day and lose all of your profits from the 30 days of success. So don't end up being that person, guys. I feel inclined. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I guess we can stay on to call other stuff. But I'm not going to be taking any trades, so... Let me see what the Oh, okay, guys. So here's something right here. There's a possibility that today this market just completely collapses back to the high, the all-time high. The previous all-time high that I was telling you guys is a magnet for price. So if this hourly candle closes below, we have 30 minutes till the candle close. So we might not even get the entry. But this could easily dump all the way and take out all this low resistance liquidity, take out the all-time high. So definitely a chance here that we go lower on the day. Definitely a chance we go lower on the day. Really good. But again, guys, I can't take a short. First of all, I'm done, but I can't take a short here until the hourly closes, right? Because this could just be a fake wick to bring us all the way up. I don't think that's the case. I think what's going to happen here is we're going to come down to here, probably for CPI or maybe today. But yeah, I can't take anything here, personally. If this 3-minute inverse is to the upside, guys, this should take us all the way back to our initial target, which was this high, and then the 1 minute, which was right here. If I label this buy side, liquidity. This should deliver us back to buy side if we get the 3-minute inverse here. But yeah, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this 3 minute looks insane. If we can get this, then this high is for sure coming, and then most likely buy side. So, if you guys really want to take something else, you guys can try that. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. I'm just gonna end the stream because, I mean, we have CPI tomorrow. There's probably not going to be anything really good that happens for the rest of the day. We might get the short if this hourly inverses, but again, I'm done for the day on this account. So yeah, so I wish you guys the best, and I will be live streaming tomorrow at 5:30 in the morning for CPI. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And yeah, so let's get it.